Hi. All set for the party?
Which one did you have in mind?
What do you mean? Why? Is there more than one?
Well, I was under the impression that we were having the kickoff for Lee's campaign here in this house.
We are.
And what were you doing, turning on all the lights in the gatehouse?
How's it going? You ready to roll? Hey,
Almost. Will you take care of Jason for a few minutes for me?
Sure. Come over here.
Downstairs and pack one more bag.
Okay, you take your time. I can't believe it, you know? You and the second illegitimate Quartermain moving into the gatehouse. Heather, I like a family that sticks together, don't you? Huh?
Hello, darling. Come on, Scotty. I've asked you 100 times to call before you drop in.
I want to talk to you, Heather.
Yeah, it's very inconsiderate of you to just stop by because, unannounced, without telling anybody.
Well, you ought to know all about that.
Look, I'm busy.
No, you don't, Heather.
Do you mind?
Yeah, I do mind. I mind a lot of things these days.
Some other time.
Some other time? No, right now is the time we're going to talk.
Scotty, I don't have time for this. I'm trying to move.
Yeah, well, you're just going to have to make time because you're not going anywhere.
Gwen? Good morning, darling.
Good morning. I didn't realize you were awake.
Just woke up
Sleep well?
like a log.
Good. How are you feeling?
I feel absolutely wonderful.
Good. Good.
What are you doing over there?
Oh, I'm just tidying up a bit.
Oh, whatever for?
I wanted to get rid of some of these old newspapers that had piled up here.
Dad, just let the maid do it.
Too late. It's already done.
Thank you, Donna. Say, where's Rose today?
That's her day off. She and Jake went to,
Oh, look at this. A front page picture and a story. Lee Baldwin, distinguished Port Charles attorney, declares his candidacy for mayor.
Are we interrupting you, DL?
What?
From what the paper says, that Lee Baldwin would give you a run for your money.
Yeah, well, that'll be fine with me.
Yeah, don't believe everything you read in the newspaper, honey.
I'm still voting for Luke.
Ooh, did you just snag yourself one big tip?
All right.
Yeah, I read that earlier today. It looks like the Quartermains threw him quite a bash last night.
Yeah, they sure bought this reporter. Listen to this. Mr. Baldwin will make a formidable opponent to the popular candidate Luke Spencer.
Well, I think that's an honest opinion. He will be a formidable opponent.
There'll be a pushover, particularly when we tell the public what we found out.
What are you talking about?
I checked him out. The guy's a lush.
I'm really angry here. What's the big idea of showing up at the Quartermain house last night, dragging Jason along? Why do you always have to cause so much trouble?
Why do you always have to blame me for everything?
Because it's usually your fault, that's why.
Now I'm getting angry.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you knew that I was kicking off my father's campaign last night, but yet you show up and you ruin everything.
I had to talk to Alan. What was I supposed to do? I had to get fuses for the gatehouse. I didn't expect the whole family to gang up on me.
Well, what exactly did you expect?
Maybe a little help, a little support from you. I certainly didn't expect you to help them kick me out.
Well, what you did, Heather, was very, very selfish.
I'm trying to protect Jason. I'm trying to get him settled into that gatehouse.
Sure you are.
I can't move a child into a new house without any light.
Well, first of all, you have no business moving into the Quartermain gatehouse anyway.
I don't, huh? Well, it just so happens that Alan Quartermain, the child's father, requested it.
Yeah, well, what's the matter with the cottage here, you know? It's nice and cozy and secure.
It may be very cozy, but it's obviously not very secure. Do I have to remind you about the kidnapping threats?
Oh, right, of course, that famous kidnapping threat. I don't believe that for 1 minute.
I can show you the letters if you'd like.
Oh, yeah, terrific, terrific. Except for the fact, Heather, that anybody could have wrote that letter, including you.
That's ridiculous.
You know, what's ridiculous is that you're trying to get very close to the Quartermains, you know, to their money, to everything else. Is that right?
Hey, good morning. You ready to do this again?
Do what again?
Move, of course.
Where's Jason?
Mrs. Bowman is watching him. I didn't want to put the poor child through that again.
The poor child.
As soon as I know that the lights are on in the cottage,
Well,
I'll have her bring them over.
I got extra fuses. Don't worry about it.
What a terrific guy.
Let's go.
You gonna help out, Baldwin?
No, I'm not. I've got more important things to do. Like, make my father the mayor.
Lee Baldwin is not a lush. Now, where do you get this wealth of misinformation?
Well, I have certain people that find out things for me.
Don't bring them around me, ever.
They're looking out for your best interests.
Oh, yeah? What, by trying to make a fool out of me in this campaign?
No, by trying to help you win your campaign.
I will win this campaign or lose it on my own merits. I don't play dirty pool.
All is fair during a political campaign.
Not in this one.
Fine. But do you think you're being fair to the people of Port Charles?
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Why does a person drink? To escape reality.
As far as I know, Lee Baldwin deals with reality just fine.
Oh, sure, but what happens if he's elected mayor? The responsibilities pile up, the pressure really gets on him. So what happens? He goes to the bottle and the whole city goes down the river.
Man, you're crazy. He's a very responsible man.
I know. I read it in the paper, but you ought to think about it.
About what?
Until yesterday, you were the fair-haired boy. Now he's thrown his hat into the ring, and you could be shoved aside.
If that's what the people want, that's what they want.
You're not going to let the people of Port Charles take a chance on a drunk?
You're walking a real thin line with me, Neil.
The man was arrested for drunken driving. He's bungled several law cases. His past life was a mess.
Okay, that's the past. What does that have to do with now?
The paper makes him out to be Mr. Clean. It is up to you. It is your duty to inform the people of the truth.
You want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. I don't judge people on their past histories, and I certainly don't want to be judged on my past history. You want to start that game? I mean, I got some situations in my past we certainly don't want to deal with. Now, look, those people are going to deal with this campaign on the issues of the moment, and that's all I have to say with it.
Wait.
No, look, this discussion's over.
I thought you liked to win.
Yeah, I want to win, man. Sure I do, but I'm not going to win playing it that way.
Well, I tell you, you're not going to get to the top in the real world, then.
Maybe it's about time somebody changed those rules, do you?
I think it's about time you learn something about winning.
Maybe so. But whether I win this office or not, I'm playing it my way. Straight, clean, and upfront. Now, this discussion is over. Finito.
Okay, finito. Okay, just take your seat and we'll talk about something else, all right? Just sit down for a minute. Today's schedule.
You better make sure it's something else.
It's today's schedule. Just come on, have a seat. We got an appointment, it's in 15 minutes or so with the printer.
Yeah, the campaign posters.
That's right. We've got the proofs, and we have to decide right now which one we're going to go with.
Yeah, well, what about the morning coffee with the senior citizens?
No, that's all set. That's all set. And after that, we have this press lunch with Baldwin. Right
All
here.
right, if possible, I would like to squeeze in some therapy with Natalie before it.
Something wrong with your legs?
No, I just want to make sure I'm ready to run.
Okay, Natalie. I'll be coming in 30 minutes, and we'll go over those x-rays then. Right.
Have one of these croissants, darling. They're absolutely delicious.
They must be. It's your third one, isn't it?
Well, who's counting? I don't know what it is. I'm just ravenous this morning.
I'm just glad you're feeling better.
I'm just so embarrassed about last night.
Gee, Professor Gerald understood perfectly.
Passing out right in front of him like that?
Everybody gets sick. Certainly nothing to be embarrassed about.
Still, I know how important it is, and how much you were looking forward to having dinner with him, and I just ruined the whole evening.
You did no such thing.
And you're not mad at me?
Of course not.
was a little worried. You seem to be upsetting me so much lately.
I know. And it's entirely my fault. I've been overworking, and I've been taking my crankiness out on you, and if anybody should be apologizing, it's me.
You're so sweet.
Anyway, there will be many other evenings with Dr. Gerald, so don't worry.
Yes, there will be. I know how important Dr. Gerald's friendship is to you. So I will think of another way to lure him out to dinner with us again.
Of course you will.
Nobody, but nobody has a more wonderful husband than I do.
I have a more wonderful wife.
I'll make it up to you, I promise.
There's nothing to make up, Celia. Having you happy and healthy is all I want right now. Natalie, I don't have much time. I have patients waiting.
Well, they can wait.
No, they can't.
You'll do as I say.
I have a cover to maintain, remember?
I suggest you remember that yourself and close the door.
I'm rushed, that's all.
You're just not thinking, Grant. What's going on?
I've made a decision.
About what?
No more drugs for Celia.
That's not your decision to make. That's Gregory's.
Not at this point.
Grant, you will follow orders whether you like them or not.
I have to refuse.
Why?
Because they are working against our plans.
Ours or yours?
What does that mean?
It means that I think you're becoming a little bit too involved with this
Oh,
wife
God,
of
that one
yours.
again. That is not it, Natalie, and you know it.
Really? Celia already knows too much, Grant.
Celia has worked to our advantage before.
How?
Like getting Gerald to join me for dinner when he'd already turned down my invitation.
You would have found a way.
Yes, I would have. And we might have lost valuable time in the process. As it was, the drugs were responsible for ruining the evening last night.
How?
Because Celia became ill during the middle of dinner and Gerald thought it was best to leave. A perfectly good opportunity to talk to him was lost.
And it sounds like it was lost because of Celia.
She's the one who got him there in the first place, remember? The drugs ruined the evening.
The order still stands.
No, I'll find some other way to control it.
Grant, you will do what I say. It stands.
I refuse to give her any more drugs, that's that. I have patients waiting.
Don't you dare walk away from me.
Look, Natalie, I'm not going...
Gregory will discuss this with you later. All right? And we have other important matters to discuss.
Like what?
We have an important new assignment for you. Now, we're going to meet at noon in music practice room at the university. All right?
To discuss what?
You'll find out at noon.
Fine. I'll be there. But where Celia is concerned, nothing is going to make me change my mind.
Hey, what do you hear from your brother? Hey, Jess.
Hi, Luke.
What's new and exciting?
Oh, nothing very much, I'm afraid.
Well, you know, we could take care of that if you drop by the casino and throw some dice one night.
I just might do that.
Where's Bobby?
Well, she went down to the cafeteria for coffee. She'll be back pretty soon.
Jesse, we just picked up some proofs of my supposed campaign posters. What do you think?
Hey, that's very professional. Oh, I like this one.
Yeah? Good. We kind of like that one.
Oh, hiya, beautiful.
Well, hi, Mr. Brock. That's nice, but I'm on duty.
Oh, you mean no kissing in uniform, huh?
Yeah, please don't say what we all know you're going to say next.
I wouldn't dream of it.
What are you all looking at?
Proofs for Luke's campaign posters.
Yeah, there's a couple here that I'd kind of like to have you take a look at and see what you think.
Jazz, may I have 5 minutes?
Sure, take your time.
Thanks, Jess. Well, sit down. Before you go. Now, this is the one that CL and I are very fond of, this one. But what do you think?
It's all right.
It's all right. I think it's very earthy, man of the people type of image.
Well, I don't know about the rolled-up shirt sleeves look. Every politician's done it to death.
Yeah, but it's a popular image.
Well, so change the image. Suits and ties are back in again. People like a more sophisticated look.
What are we talking about here? A mannequin in Wyndham's window?
Oh, it's image, Luke, image.
Besides, a suit and a tie makes a man look very successful. It makes him look like he knows how to get a job done.
I like that. Bobby, that's good. We're going, which one do you like?
Right there.
That one? That's the one we're going with, okay?
That's all right with me.
You got it.
Good. What would you do without me?
I wouldn't consider it.
Ah, you sure you like a woman making your decision?
I want a woman who knows what she likes and tells me what she likes.
I'll do that.
I wish you would.
Getting a little thick in here for me.
Who's this character?
Spencer, soon to be mayor, third wheel on the bicycle.
No, you're one of the good guys.
Thanks.
I have to go back to work.
Yeah, I want to find Natalie, too.
Therapy session?
Well, hopefully. Hey, Bobby, why don't you stop by and check out the press conference this afternoon?
What time?
Oh, it's noon at Kelly's. Think you can make it?
I can't unless I get emergency surgery.
Well, if you don't, I'll see you later.
I'll see you later. So, you hungry or what?
Hungry? No, I gotta go up. I'm gonna try and find Natalie. I'll check you
over later.
Okay.
Hello, Luke.
Oh, hi.
Have you got any messages?
How you doing, Dr. Putnam?
I'm fine, Luke. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I haven't seen you at the casino since opening night.
No, I've been very busy. Besides, I'm not really much of a gambler.
Yeah, I kind of noticed. You took a bath that night, didn't you?
Well, I lost a few dollars, but easy come, easy go.
Oh, really? It's funny. You strike me as the kind of guy who likes to get back whatever he loses. I don't know. It's like you like to play the odds.
Well, I'm certainly not in a class with you. You seem to me like a man who really likes to play the odds.
Oh?
Yes. Regaining the use of your legs, for example.
Oh, yeah. Listen, by the way, I was just going up to 3. I was going to look for you. Do you think you'd have time to check out my legs?
Right now?
Well, unless you have something else planned.
No. No, there's no time like the present.
So they say. Where's he living now? Hey, Natalie.
Luke, what are you doing here?
Well, that's some greeting, isn't it?
No, I'm just surprised. Did you have a therapy session?
Well, no, we didn't have one scheduled, but I was kind of hoping that you could squeeze one in for me.
Oh, Luke, I'm sorry. I can't do a session right now. I have an appointment.
Oh, well, that's all right. It's too bad, but then I ran into Dr. Putnam. I thought he could check my legs out at the same time. So.
Oh, well, good. And we have a conference at noon, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be there.
All right, good. I'll be on my way then. You call first next time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have a good session.
Goodbye, Natalie.
Bye.
Luke, why don't you, climb on these bars here? I'll take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Would you hold on to this for me, too?
I'll be happy to. You climb on those bars, and I'll check your legs as you move.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and walk.
All right. Well, now, what are you going to be looking for?
I'm just going to study the pronation.
I beg your pardon?
The way that you hold your feet.
Ah. Okay. Well, you guys must have to go into some heavy memory training.
Excuse me?
Well, all the information you have to remember, I mean.
Well, being a doctor is a constant learning process.
Well, where did you study, anyway?
London.
London? What's the matter? You got something against the good old U.S. of A.?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I studied under several American teachers while I was there. Professor Gerald, for one.
Oh, well, then I imagine you're very interested in his work.
Any scientist would be.
But you're a doctor.
Doctors are scientists of the sort.
Yes.
Why don't I take a look at the muscle tone in your legs?
Sure. So, I hear they have some pretty classy casinos in London.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm afraid I spent most of my time in the lecture halls.
But you have gambled before.
A bit. In Monte Carlo. However, I'd hardly classify myself as a gambler.
Well, I don't know, Dr. Putnam. You seemed pretty interested in the roulette table the other night.
And I didn't fare too well.
Yes, oh, I noticed.
Luke, why don't you hop up on that table and we'll check your leg strength.
Okay. What are you gonna do now?
About what?
About my legs.
Yes. I'm just gonna have you lay back and, with one leg at a time, press against the heel of my hand.
Oh, all right.
You pick.
Oh, let's go with this one. It's the easier one.
Go ahead and push.
Okay.
So, you had your eye on me the other night, did you?
Well, I keep my eye where the action is, you know?
Yeah, there wasn't much of that at the roulette table. At least not while I was there.
Well, I don't know. It seemed like a lot of chips were being passed around.
There was that.
You want me to push?
Yep, if you would.
Okay. You know, there's a secret to winning.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, Luke. I'd like to know.
All right, you only put down what you can afford to lose.
Keep that in mind next time. You've obviously been doing your homework, Luke.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. His legs are coming along just fine.
Well, good. Good. Thanks for looking at it, man.
Anytime.
I imagine, I'll be seeing you back at the casino fairly soon, yeah?
Possibly.
Well, good. You know, I always figure, Dr. Putnam, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Everybody likes to win, though. So maybe next time, it'll be your turn. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Don't forget this.
Oh. Bye.
See you later, Luke.
I wonder what the door's doing open.
Is this stuff yours?
No, never seen it before.
I wonder what it's doing here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Alan had one of the servants gather up the previous occupants' things and
No, wait a
bring it
second.
out.
Look, wait a second. I didn't see the stuff here last night, did you?
No, but then who could see?
Well, that reminds me. Let me check the light.
All right, it's working.
Great, now let's go get the rest of the stuff out of the truck.
Wait a second, Heather. What about this stuff here?
What about it? You can just put it anywhere.
All right.
Wait a minute.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Just thought I'd see if there's anything worth saving.
Heather, this could belong to somebody.
Well, if it was very important to them, they probably shouldn't have left it here. It's just trash.
Put that down.
Don't go in there, Muriel. They could be thieves.
We're not.
Who are you, then? What are you doing here?
We could ask you the very same thing.
I'm Muriel Bird, and this is my husband, Henry.
Are you aware that you're on private property?
Yes. Ours.
What are you talking about?
We've rented this place from Dr. Monica Quartermain.
Natalie, I'm afraid you're right. Spencer is definitely onto something. Through that whole session, he kept questioning me, probing me about my background and what happened that night at the casino. I wouldn't be surprised if that business of my checking his legs was nothing but a ruse.
Luke is very clever.
Yes, he is. He may also be very dangerous. What are we going to do about that now?
Your business is Celia. I'll take care of Luke.
Good, you're both here. What's this I hear about you refusing an order?
That's right. I'm not giving any more drugs to Celia.
I see. May I ask why?
Simple. She's having an adverse reaction to them.
Grant, she's supposed to.
She's been difficult recently. The drugs are necessary to keep her under control.
The fact remains that I am the one giving them to her. Sooner or later, she's bound to suspect.
Quite possibly, but by then, we'll be through with our assignment.
I can't afford to take on any undue suspicion at this point.
Perhaps you're beginning to enjoy your cover too much. Perhaps you feel the drugs are making her less playful.
Oh, listen, Gregory,
No,
I'm
you
not...
listen to me. You lost the disc. We haven't been able to find it. It is now imperative that we get the original equation.
And Gregory, that may not be very easy with the new security they put up around that lab.
That's why drastic measures are called for. I want a chemical bomb placed in the laboratory.
What good is that going to do?
An accidental explosion would force Gerald to leave the lab and give you a chance to get in and get us the formula.
It'll never work. Security is much too tight.
Well, your job is to penetrate security.
Yes, and I've already done so. But the problem now is I'm too recognizable. What if someone happens to see me?
Well, you'll just have to be very careful that that doesn't happen.
Look, I have already been questioned by Scorpio and now by Luke Spencer.
Why? What about?
Oh, there's a question of whether Luke might have seen Grant get rid of the disc at the casino the other night.
Far too many people are becoming involved in this. We've got to get that equation quickly.
I agree. But I still think that a chemical bomb is far too risky.
Are you afraid?
No. But I wasn't trained for that.
There's nobody else available to do it.
That may be, but I'm not going to be the one.
Questioning an order once is dangerous. A second time could be fatal. Why don't you check it out?
All right.
I don't like insubordination.
He'll do what he's told. He's been very well trained. And actually, this is a very good test for our men.
A test? Tests are for the American village where we can afford the luxury of a failure. This is reality.
General Hospital will continue in a